let's talk about the structure of this class. It's going to be a little bit different than ASL 1. Instead of 4 units, you're going to have 5 units. They're about 3 weeks long each. You're going to start with working on your conversation skills. Last semester, we focused on your vocabulary, and we focused on vocabulary, and then we also worked on numbers and letters and finger spelling. We kind of have moved on from that. The first unit, we have about 50 words that you're going to need for all of the semester. Everything else we have built from last semester's vocabulary, and these about 50 words that are just missing to round out what we want to do. We're not going to test you on these 50 words. You just are going to be given these 50 words, and then you're going to be responsible to need to know them. We're going to start with simple sentences, 1-line sentences, and then we'll increase it to 2 sentences. Then we'll work on paragraphs, and then we're going to build up to stories. Your first 4 units, you're going to have the first 2 units, you're going to have written assignments, and your written assignments are going to be a little bit, you're going to need to pay attention on those. So just really think about this for a minute. You're going to want to have a notebook with you when you do your written assignments. If you do this, it's not going to be bad at all. If I was a student, this is what I would want to do. Get paper and something to write with. You're going to take your written assignment and you're going to put your sentences in the ideal world, how you would put these sentences in ASL, not in the real world, in the ideal world. You get 3 chances to do your quiz. So the first time you will not get them all right. It's a fact, you're not going to. I will help you as you go through them. So you're going to need to take notes on them so that you can do it right the second time and get a decent grade. You also need to keep this piece of paper because for your next assignment, your productive one, you need these sentences, and you will need to be able to put them in the right word order, and you're going to need to have taken notes as to when your eyebrows need to be up and when you need to nod and stuff like that. So what you write, you're going to need. So you need to keep that, okay? So that piece of paper for your written is going to become important. Then you will have your receptive and your productive. Your receptive is you're going to see one of us signing sentences, and then you tell us what we signed. Productive is what I just mentioned. You're going to get your sentences in word order, and then you're going to sign them to us. The way that they will be graded is that you will either sign them correctly and get credit for it, and you will do the non-manual markers correctly and get credit for them, or you won't. So the grading is going to be a little bit different also. The 5th unit is where we start getting you ready for your final, and your final is you're going to tell us a story. We will work with you the whole way through to get you ready for the story. You will have a rough draft, kind of like if you were in an English class, you would be writing your story, and then you would turn it in to your teacher. The teacher would give you feedback, all kinds of writing on your, and then they would give it back to you, and then you would write some, or then you would work on it some more, and you give it back to your teacher. You're doing the same thing with me. You're going to start it. I'm going to give you feedback. You apply the feedback, give it to me again. I give you feedback, and then by the time it's time for you to give me your final, you should be doing really well. If you do this, you'll have no problem with it, and it'll actually be fun for you. You will have a rubric that explains exactly what you need to do. If you follow that rubric, you'll do great. Last semester, several of the students kind of blew off the rubric, and they didn't do very well on their final. The rubric is there because that's how you're going to be graded. If you don't understand a rubric, find somebody to help you out to explain what a rubric is to you and how you need to use it. Okay?